Gibbs, I know that you wanted to introduce an item to reestablish the redistricting commission. We did not, we were able to do that in the
No,
work session.
I did not say I was going to. I said it was something I thought we should talk about, but I
Okay,
don't have anything to introduce, because I haven't done enough research on
Gotcha,
it myself.
okay. Well, let me know, let us know what y'all need. If y'all need the previous resolution to reintroduce a new resolution, just whatever y'all need, just, let us know, and we can provide that information as well. At this time, I'd like to call the February 15, 2024 regular meeting of the Common Council of the City of Blacksburg to order. It is now 5:30 p.m. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Carlin, will you please conduct the roll call?
Mayor Rosenquist. Here. Councilor Bond. Councilor Avery.
Here.
Councilor Gibbs.
Here.
Councilor Talon.
Here.
Councilor Manette.
Here.
Councilor Moore.
Here. All councilors have received a copy of the minutes of the February 1st, 2024 regular meeting. If there are no additions, deletions, or corrections, I'll now entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented. Motion by Councilor Gibbs, second by Councilor Avery. All in favor? Any opposed? Carried. I'll now recognize those in the audience who wish to share their thoughts and concerns with the council on any topic. Please come to the podium to be acknowledged. When called upon, we do ask that you please state your legal name and address for the record. In accordance with the organizational rules of order, all speakers will be given 5 minutes to address the council. Seeing none, we'll note I will note the payrolls. The council approved payrolls for the various city departments of the city of Plattsburgh for the weeks ending February 7th. February 7th, 2024, the amount of $595,036.14. I will also note that the bills audited by the common councils for the weeks ending February 9th, 2024, in the amount of $640,877.99. And February 16, 2024, in the amount of $399,198.30. Sorry. 1 moment, please. I'll also submit for the record the various reports of the city departments, 6.1 through 6.4. And we'll now move on to liaison reports. Plattsburgh Public Library, Councilor Manette.
Nothing really to report. I did have Ann Del Chappelle retired. Ben here. Sorry. I'm going to PD the library. Congratulations. Okay.
We'll now move on to Clayton Smart Task Force, Councilors Talon and or Councilor Avery.
Okay, well, I know, I have been working on, birthday event, so, there'll be more information coming out once I get more details. We're just kinda like looking for a day. We're looking at the 20th of April. It's a Saturday, and Ben, I might be asking you a question soon.
Absolutely.
Since you were so helpful last year. Councilor Avery, if you would like to join in on the planning for that event, I would love to see the more the merrier. That's all I have for right now.
Thank you, Councilor. Thank you. Ms. Carlin, will you please read the titles of the resolutions to be acted upon?
First, senior planner.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we need to do a secret review for item 730.
City downstairs.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm reading part 2 of the short assessment, environmental assessment form. What we're gonna do is you all are going to respond back to me answering all the following questions in this form, based on the part 1 short EAF that you have in front of you and what have reviewed. When answering the questions, you, the reviewer, should be guided by the concept and following statement. Have my responses been reasonably reasonable considering the scale and context of the proposed action. And the proposed action, which you have stated in front of you in part 1 EAF, is the rehabilitation of the City Hall stairs and the basement project. In responding back to me, if I don't hear a moderate to large impact, I will assume that the response is no or a small impact may occur, if that's okay with all of you. And from there, I'm just going to start reading through the questions. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulation?
No.
No.
Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of the use of land?
No.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community?
No.
Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area?
No.
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway?
No.
Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities?
No.
Will the proposed action impact existing A, public-private water supplies,
No.
or B, public-private wastewater treatment facilities?
No.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historical, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources?
No.
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources, for example, wetlands, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, flora and fauna?
No.
Will the proposed action result in an increase in potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems?
No.
Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health?
No.
And that is the extent of the part 2 questions. There's a part 3 that will end in a negative declaration of environmental impact. We don't have to provide a supporting statement since all answers in part 2 were responded as no, and otherwise I'll hand to you.
Yeah, and then, so what should we expect the next meeting would be the item to adopt a negative declaration? Okay, thank you.
Item 7.30, adopt secret classification for City Hall stairs and basement project, including SCAF Part 1.
Motion, Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Avery, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries.
Item 7.31, authorize acceptance of OPRHP grant funds for Plattsburgh City Hall preservation.
Motion, Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Moore, discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Avery?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes. Carried.
Item 7.32, authorize acceptance of OPRHP grant funds for Sailors Beach study.
Motion by Counselor Talon, second by Counselor Avery, discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Avery?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon? Yes. Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes. Carried.
Item 7.33, award contract to CDM Smith drinking water filtration plant structural repair.
Motion, Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Manette, discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Avery?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes. Carried.
Item 7.34, award contract to Barton and Majus AP landfill post-closure monitoring services.
Motion, Counselor Gibbs, second by Counselor Avery, discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Avery?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes. Carried. We have another short form EAF Part 2 impact assessment for the Saranac River Trail Phase 3 design plans.
Okay, so this is going to be exactly the same, but for a different project, and if it's okay with all of you, I will jump into the questions. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use or zoning regulation?
No.
Will the proposed action result in a change in the use of intensity of the use of land?
No.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community?
No.
Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area?
No.
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway?
No.
Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities?
No.
Will the proposed action impact existing A, public-private water supplies,
No.
or B, public-private wastewater treatment utilities?
No.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic sources?
No.
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources such as wetlands, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, or fauna?
No.
And will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? Will the proposed action create a hazard to the environmental resources for human health?
No.
Okay, and that is the end of the part 2 questions. All of the answers ended in no, and therefore we signal a negative declaration for environmental impact. And with that, I will hand the part 3 to the mayor to sign, and then there is a resolution for that.
Item 7.35, adopt secret classification for Saranac River Trail Phase 3 preliminary design plans, including SEAM Part 1.
Motion by Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Manette, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries.
Item 7.36, authorize easement between Plattsburgh City School District and the City of Plattsburgh, extension of the Saranac River Trail.
Motion by Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Manette, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried.
Item 7.37, authorize travel request police department.
Motion by Counselor Avery, second. Counselor Manette, discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Vaughn?
Yes.
Counselor Avery?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes.
Carried.
Item 7.38, mayoral appointment, Plattsburgh Housing Authority Board of Commissions.
Motion. Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Moore. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried.
Item 7.39 was withdrawn. Item 7.40, mayoral appointment, Assistant Chief Wastewater Treatment Plant Operator.
Motion. Counselor Talon, second. Counselor Moore. All in favor? Opposed?
Opposed?
One in the opposition? Carried. Is there any new business to come before this council? There is no motion to go into executive session. If there is no further items to come before the council, I'll now entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Counselor Gibbs, second by Counselor Talon. All in favor?
Aye.
You're adjourned.